In the summer of 1980, I worked for a lawyer up in Juneau, Alaska as an intern. And I used to go down to the library and research topics that he was interested in litigating. One of which was the proposition to develop tidal power in Cook Inlet, which has the second highest tidal change in the world next to the Bay of Fundy. And I remember reading an article in the library that suggested that as the water moved in and out of Cook Inlet, there was a type of tidal resonance that was taking place. And that the algae and the other tiny microorganisms at the bottom of the food chain would be affected in their life cycle were this resonance to have been changed. So the proposition to put a bank of turbines into Cook Inlet was debated on the basis of whether these little tiny organisms would be affected by the change in the note, that the thing was making. But I used to hike up the Perseverance Trail above Juneau, and there was a particular waterfall that came down out of the glaciers, out of the highland meadows. And I used to sit by the waterfall, and the mist would come up. And it was a glade. I called it a glade in my head. And at some point in that experience, I started thinking of it as a dark glade. And then I started meditating on where the water was always, ultimately coming from. And one day this song just kind of came out like, I can see the colors changing as I move from the river toward the mountain, and I know where the river comes from and it's where my heart is pulling me, so I'm going there. Right here, right here, right here, where the shadows of the mountain have